Labs Radio.
So good afternoon, it's 1 p.m. and today we're talking about emerging business talents. In particular, we're focusing on a very interesting magazine called Independent Skies. We have here with us the founder and director of this interesting business venture, Al-Mustafa Mahmoud. In other words, the guy that makes it all work. So, Mustafa, nice to have you here. First of all, I would like to ask you some questions. I've always wanted to know, how and where did this magazine come to life?
Well, it's a pretty long story, put short. I was about 16 when my dad started taking me to his intellectual meetings with his very kind of intellectual friends, and they always talk about interesting things, and I always wanted to contribute, but as a young person and with the stereotype of young people cannot contribute when the elderly are talking and that kind of stuff, I was kind of like compelled, and overwhelmed with what they were saying, but I wanted to contribute, and I talked to my father about it, and the idea kind of went from sending them an email of ideas that I have to me starting a blog, and that did not satisfy me. So I came back to my father and said, look, I'm not satisfied with all this. And he actually came up with the idea of having a platform. And from then I kind of came up with the idea of coming up with a magazine, which was a process of 2 years until I came up with the magazine and putting up a team when I was back in Hong Kong. And it was first published on May 1st of 2012.
Wow, that's really interesting. And what is the general idea behind it? What audience do you want to reach out to?
Well, really it began with the idea that I wanted to reach out to the youth. But as we've grown for about 2 years now, the magazine has grown so big that we have audience from all ages, and that is kind of the aim now, to reach everybody, because we want the voices of the youth to reach those in higher positions to actually give us the space to create and innovate.
Mm-hmm. So you want to give your writers a chance to be heard. And so how big is your team and how big is your readership, your audience, roughly? Do you know?
Yes, I do. My team is about 16 to 20 people right now, located all over the world. We have 4 in Spain, and that's the max that we have in one country. We have in countries like Mongolia, Morocco, Iraq, the United Arab Emirates, USA, Canada, and Hong Kong. And our readership has boosted since December, and we've had about 12,000 to 20,000 readers a month since then.
Wow, that's impressive. So about the design,
yes.
I really love the logo.
Thank you.
I really love like the whole cloud thing. And
Yeah.
how did you actually come up with it? Who was like the inventor of it? Was it you or?
No, I'm very thankful to my ex-colleague of Independent Skies, Quentin Yu. He's from Hong Kong, and it took us actually about 3 months to come up with the logo. He basically is a very creative architecture student, actually, and I asked him, and all he said was 3 words to give him, and based on that, he would come up with the design, and it was basically the 3 words I gave him were free, young, and skies, and that's how he came up with the logo.
Yeah, which is literally a cloud.
Which is
with
a cloud
wings.
with wings, yes.
Yeah, wings symbolizing freedom and
Freedom,
cloud
yes, and-
skies, of course.
yep.
It's amazing. I really like it. And about the actual magazine, what are the themes that you discuss in it?
It's not that we have made a decision to have a theme, but what mainly the young people that write for us, they mainly write about political issues, historical issues in countries, and what we're trying to do now is to have the magazine in different languages, so we can reach the maximum audience of youth around the world.
Wow. I really like the idea. I also saw that there's like, you're adding sections such as fashion, for example.
Fashion, yes.
Wow.
We're having fashion, and we're starting travel in a week. also a new section, because it's what basically interests young people, and it's something that is very ongoing and being boosted up, and we want to kind of put our mission through these sections. So we're not really having your typical fashion section, but more of advice in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're literally reflecting the thoughts about the youth on our society, on
Exactly.
what interests us.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, and about revenues, do you actually make revenue, or is it a non-profit business?
It's not a non-profit business, but the decision I made before even founding the magazine, that the printed issues of the magazine and the magazine itself will never be sold. It will always be free, because we want to reach as many young people around the world to be inspired and do like peace work, to have a one world. But we're obviously aiming to get revenues, which we have started doing. It's not much, but we need to pay the people that work for us so that we can maximize our creativity and potential.
Mm-hmm. So through advertisements.
Advertisements, yes,
especially
mainly
on the online side.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing, in your mission, you stress the importance of inspiration and inspiring people.
Mm-hmm.
How is this important to your business or to the ethics of Independent Skies?
It's very important. The whole point of Independent Skies is to get people to do things, and it was quite sad to see how our generation really is concentrated so much on wasting time on 9gag, and I mean, it's good, but we waste a lot of time on that, and there are many countries and people around the world that need a lot of help from us, and it's important that we inspire them to stand up and do things instead of sitting down on a couch.
Yeah, that's really, really impressive, and I really agree with it, actually, because of course we are part of the youth today, and I honestly agree with you. And about like the future, are there any exciting plans for the future of this magazine? How is this is this gonna grow more?
Yes, hopefully. We're a very hardworking team. Each one of us, of course, has his own aims and goals, but we're all united by the mission of Independent Skies, and we will hopefully open up an office in Spain within the next year, and to have recruitment of people to work for us from all around the world.
Wow. So guys, listen up if you want a job in Independent Skies. Is there any message you would like to give to those who will listen to this podcast?
Well,
or
I would
any
really,
info?
I would really like to thank everybody for the support since the magazine began, and all the friends and colleagues that came and worked for Independent Skies to make it how big it is today and how much bigger it will be. And for those who are left, I just want to say that your place is always there. You can always come back. And for those who've never heard of Independent Skies, Independent Skies is open and free, and everyone can write. There is nothing stopping them from writing. Anyone can write, anyone can contribute. We will share all the projects, and we'll try our best to help everyone out there.
Okay, very good. Do you want to give us like a website?
Yes, please visit our website, www.independentskies.com, and our Facebook and social network pages.
Okay, so thank you for taking time and sharing your experience with us, Mustafa.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm afraid that it's all for today, and stay tuned for other amazing interviews on our IE podcast.